Court and Si and Dave for Kitchen Garden Live.
Good morning, I'm Si King.
And I'm Dave Myers. Welcome to our Kitchen Garden Live!
Welcome to the show. It's day 3 of our fantastic garden at the RHS Hampton Court Flower Show. We've got a massive crowd. People are streaming through the gates. It's wonderful.
And we're back in our edible garden set with more dishes, celebrities and gardeners who are as enthusiastic as we are about growing your own goodies.
Coming up today, singing Jimmy Osmond is here with us. Hey! He's about to do an arena tour of the UK, but last year it wasn't his tours that were setting his fans crazy, it was your cooking.
It was. I love to cook. I'm so honoured to be here with you guys.
And Chef Paul Ainsworth shows us where he gets the seasonal veg for his restaurants in Cornwall, and we'll be rustling up a delicious dish inspired by that kitchen garden.
Dave gets a behind-the-scenes tour of another of the spectacular show gardens, and this one is all about travel, capturing the sights and sounds, smells and tastes of summer holidays, and we'll be taking some inspiration from that and creating a meal that conjures up fun in the sun.
OK, now let's have the hugest cheer ever for our guest, the living legend that is our Jimmy Osmond! Yay! Jimmy, welcome.
So honoured to be here with you.
It's an honour to be with you. I mean, you've been entertaining us with your music for 5 decades or so.
5 decades, but who's counting, right? You know.
But more than that, you love your food and you love cooking.
Love food. I love watching you guys. My wife will be so jealous. She loves it. She said, "Honey, you better grow a beard."
Hey. But there's one thing you don't know, and it's a little story. Obviously, there's that very famous song that we all know in Britain, for years.
Not
now,
that one.
Si, when he was a little boy, he used to have to perform this for his Auntie Hilda, and she would throw sweeties at him. The more he danced, the more sweeties. So, Si,
I'm going to murder you.
in honour of your Auntie Hilda.
Therapy, you're going to be okay, right?
Go on.
Oh,
Come on, let's have him sing it.
So I
shall
used
we?
to stand on the clippy mat in front of the fire.
Yeah.
And I used to go, "I'll be your long-haired love from Liverpool, and I will do anything you ask. I'll be your clown or your puppet or your April Fool, and I wouldn't even wear a mask." Well, that's it.
No, keep going. I love it.
Now, we'll talk more, and Jimmy will be back with you in a minute. Now, let's head to Padstow in Cornwall, where Chef Paul Ainsworth showed us round his go-to kitchen garden. It's run by Rick Stein's former head chef, Ross Geach, who swapped his chef's whites for gardening gloves.
Today I'm here in Padstow, my wonderful hometown, and right behind me I have some of the most amazing produce in the world. To produce brilliant dishes, I need brilliant produce, and being able to work with a kitchen garden like this with Ross is amazing. I'm here with inspirational gardener and good mate Ross at Padstow Kitchen Garden. Ross, how are you?
I'm all good, thanks.
Good to
Thanks
see
for
you,
coming
mate.
out.
Pleasure. So I'm really intrigued by these.
They're the dragon's egg cucumbers.
Yeah.
It's got more of a melon flavour than a cucumber.
You can see you're a chef, Ross. Look at that.
They used to call me Tina Turner.
Why is that?
It's because I can turn potatoes. Right, let's go for it. There you are.
That is incredible. It is full of flavour. I've never had a dragon's egg cucumber, and it's beautiful.
I was a chef. I was trained under Rick Stein for just over 10 years, and I started loving the ingredients I was using a lot more than working in the kitchen. And I was coming out to the farm all the time. I was working with my granddad, and he was teaching me how to garden. And it just progressed from a 20 by 15 metre walled garden to about 5 acres.
not so much the flour, but the actual nasturtium itself, I'm a big fan of because they taste of something and they got substance.
These particular ones have had a bit of a hard time of it lately.
Yeah.
We've had no rain, bit too much rain, loads of wind, and then a heat wave.
So normal British weather.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a beautiful leaf and you start harvesting them early on. Then you let it go to flower. You tear them up, you put them in your salad.
Yeah.
You then let them flower again, and then you let them go to seed. And you can actually pick all the seeds.
You've almost kind of get free things for your money.
Yeah, well, that's the sort of thing that I obviously always want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't grow anything that I can't eat.
They are strong though, aren't they? So I'm here with Ross and Ron in the kale patch. Boys, tell me about the kale, and it's had a bit of a resurgence, kale, hasn't it?
More and more restaurants are having kale.
Yeah.
And a lot more people, they're trying everything with it. Kale crisps, cooking it with roast dinners. But Dad, what was it when you were growing up?
Used to grow it for sheep.
I treat it more of a kind of autumnal winter ingredient, but you were saying to me that actually it's at its best now.
A lot of chefs kind of wait for September, October to put it on their
Yeah,
menus.
yeah.
And it's just another green to be able to have in the summer.
So amongst all this beautiful kale, I can also see a lot of chard.
You snip off the outer leaves and it'll come back again,
Yeah.
just like the kales. And it's something that I always try and get across to people. Grow things that keep giving.
Can't encourage you enough to grow your own. Even if it's just a plant pot with some basil in it on your windowsill, have a go. And you know what? It will grow and grow and grow, as will your confidence.
Ross is here now with his knife and fork at the ready. We're using that sumptuous kale and throwing it into a shashuka.
Shakshuka. It's
Shakshuka.
possibly the national dish of Israel. And
Oh,
we cooked
superb.
this when we were cooking in Tel Aviv. It's like a breakfast dish with eggs and peppers and tomatoes, and in this case, the wonderful kale. And to do with
Very
that,
cool.
we're going to make some flatbreads live on telly.
Oh, boy.
With Kingy.
I tell you what, dude, and what I need is some mint and a pepper.
Right, I've got just the garden.
Have you? This is great about the edible garden, you see. You
Look
can
at
just
this.
wander off and nick stuff.
You
Look
can
at
just
this,
nip some
Kingy.
right
Great.
here. It's so cool
It's
the way
good,
they
isn't
do
it?
this.
It's lovely. It's
They're going to be the and we've got the mint wall. Here we go.
Oh, go on, Dave.
Look at that.
So listen, while Dave's cutting the tops off mint, I'm going to saute some onions off.
Do you need us to chop anything or all right?
No, I'm all good, dude. And
Can I help?
Yeah, we just want. Can you wash that through for us?
That
Just
would
in
be
that bowl
brilliant.
there.
Okay, yeah.
so there's some red peppers
Let's
gone into
dry
the
it up in
pan.
here. And we're going to make some flatbreads.
Awesome.
Oh, this is great, the flatbread thing.
Now we've got to get some in. So basically, this is some dough I've made before. I'm going to show you how to make the dough afterwards, but we better
Okay.
get them on. So we flour the board. There's enough here for 4 flatbreads. So we'll get that out. You can tell it's hot. Look, my dough's wilting.
Yeah.
There's no
You don't even need to put it in the oven now today, do you?
No.
So Jimmy, you're just about to embark on an arena tour, aren't you?
A marina tour.
A marina tour, yes, a tour of
And a
boats.
Donina tour.
And a Donina and marina tour.
Yes.
An arena tour, aren't
But
you?
you know what's cool? We've done these arena tours before. My friend Tony Denton produces these shows called
Sure.
Legends Live.
Yep.
And this is the first time we actually get to work with Susie Quattro. You all know Susie Quattro.
fantastic.
I love the
Yeah.
music, but I've never worked with her, so it's the first time. But David Essex will be there, the Osmonds and Hot Chocolate, so put on your boogie shoes, it should be a blast.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
But
Yeah.
is it right, Jimmy? This is the last time that you're going on tour with the Osmonds?
Well, you know, we'll always be family, you know that. But,
Yeah.
you know, we've been going, this is my 50th year in showbiz, 60 years for
Wow,
my brothers.
congratulations,
Yeah.
man.
But they'll continue, and I'm doing loads of tours and
Sure.
fun television shows with fancy, hairy bikers.
Yeah. But you know, Jimmy, we love the way that, you know, that to some extent the UK is your adopted home.
I love it here.
Well,
Yeah.
you have a house, is it in the New Forest here?
No, you know, I just bought some sheep.
Why?
Black-nosed sheep in the New
Hey,
Forest.
What did you buy some
I
sheep
don't
for?
know. My daughter loves sheep, you know.
Have you got
and
names for them?
They're the cutest little sheep. They're from Switzerland. They're really rare, and they're like puppy dogs. They follow you all
Oh,
over the
wow.
place. Yeah. So I'm kind of going back to basics. My dad was a rancher, you know, and so I like all that kind of stuff, you know. Get your hands dirty.
Can you hold me paddle?
I'll hold your paddle.
Now, remember, dust the paddle with semolina
Okay.
so that the breads slide off.
Yep.
Now, you know, I've got to say this kale salmon is absolutely
pop this in the oven.
fantastic. Thanks very much. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, the thing is that don't forget a barbecue is just a heat source. So you can use a pan on it. You don't, you know, It's not, I mean, it's not like, you know, gas. They can turn it
Yeah.
up and down. You just move it to one side if you want it cooler.
They
Oh,
make it
lovely.
sound so easy, don't they?
Yeah, it is really. No,
It is,
just gotta
look.
wait for the bread. Can
Now-
I do something, anything for you?
Yeah, well, you can chop that, dude. That'd be great. And I'm going to chop some garlic. And then in the pan, we're going to put some... Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. I'll show you how to make. There you go,
Look
mate.
at that.
I forgot that. Right. To make the dough for the flatbread, it couldn't be easier. We've got flour,
Little bit of garlic going in there.
salt, and water. It's as simple as that. And this is like the elemental way that people have been baking bread, you know, for time immemorial.
Right.
Do you grow anything yourself, Jimmy?
Yeah, we have a little garden, but we just grow simple stuff like tomatoes and cucumbers and, you know,
Yeah,
squash.
but there's something so lovely about growing it yourself,
Isn't it,
picking
though?
it yourself. And then, what's going on, dude?
Well, it was my job, wasn't it?
Jimmy,
I'm fired.
yes. Wow! I've got to tell you, that's hot.
Oh, wow. Hey!
Hey, you caught it just in time.
Yeah, it was
So look
fine.
what we've got.
Perfect.
Yes, no, if you didn't believe we were live, you will now.
Yes. It's all gone crazy horses over here.
Yeah.
No,
I think I'd stick to being a long-haired lover from Liverpool. It's
Oh, my
easier.
goodness.
Hey?
I think very
See
good.
what we did there? See what we did?
Right now, I'm just showing you how to make the dough. I'm going to use this. We saw some of the best bread that we've had in the world.
Yeah.
It was an old lady in Morocco. We're on a roof. She had an oil drum, a fire. Keep an eye on me bread.
Yeah,
I
I'm
will.
watching your bread.
What's your bread, Jimmy?
It looks like it needs to be switched again.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's like being back in Panto. Talking of which...
Isn't he going to be awesome Captain Hook?
Isn't
He's
he?
the best Captain Hook ever.
Yeah, and what, you're...
I'm an
Aladdin
Ozer this year.
in Aberdeen.
Yeah, in Aberdeen.
So that's
Yeah.
what you see.
Yeah, this is my 6th pantomime this year. But,
There's
you know,
one
all
out.
my friends
Wow.
in America, they don't understand pantomime, you know. But I love it here. It's just the way I grew up kind of being a vaudevillian, you know, on
Yeah.
the TV shows. And
Panto.
Oh, no, they don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, yes, you do.
But I got to come see you as Captain Hook.
Well, I'll come and see you as Navanasa.
Oh, great. I'm going to be all over the country. It's
I just
going
want
to
to
be
see you
great.
sing Long-Haired Lover from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Look at those. Aren't they beautiful?
Isn't that
Dave,
beautiful?
there's
I
some
actually
butter.
like the one we kind of burnt a little bit. Look at that.
That's perfectly done.
It's beautiful.
And we never see it burnt here. We just call it Cajun.
That's the dough to make the bread.
That's amazing.
And we just brush that with butter. I said this old lady on this
Yeah.
rooftop in Morocco, she had an oil drum with a fire in.
Yeah.
She made the dough like this with the flour, salt and water. And she just put the breads on the side when they dropped off, fell into the ashes, they were done. And we said at the time it's possibly the best bread that we've tasted.
Looks
And
beautiful.
it sincerely was.
And so, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this beautiful shashuka into an oven-proof dish. And then, this is the good bit, Jimmy, you'll like
Yeah.
this. Because what we're going to do, we're going to crack 4 eggs in it.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in the pizza oven. And those eggs are going to just...
So what's in this? It's like
So
kale.
there's kale, there's
tomatoes.
mushrooms, there's peppers, there's some caraway, some cumin, a little bit of paprika.
And when we cooked this in Israel, we barbecued some Magaz sausages, the lamb sausages,
Yeah.
and put them in.
There we go.
But that's tasty, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Because
It's
you
a
can dunk
proper
your
one-pot
bread.
wonder.
You can dunk your
I
bread
know, look
in
at
the eggs,
those.
you see. Right, I'm going to put this in, mate.
All
Right.
right.
There we go.
And that'd probably take about 10 minutes in the oven.
So you don't break the yolks or anything? You just
No,
let 'em-
No. And it comes out like this.
So,
Oh, look at that. That's so
look.
beautiful. Wow.
Now what we
cool,
do-
isn't it?
And you put it around, huh?
There we
Yeah.
go. That's what I'm after.
And that's yogurt. In the Middle East, they would use lebni, which is
There
like
you
a
are, mate.
reduced yogurt.
Sure, yeah.
These are hot. It's so wonderful, the idea of making fresh baked bread. There you go, Jimmy.
Beautiful.
Ross, come
What
on,
do you
Ross,
think,
come and have
huh?
a nibble.
It's amazing. Ross, are you the official taster?
He is.
Am I going first, am I?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely do.
Right.
Jimmy,
Taste that kale,
Thank
mate.
you,
I
buddy.
have to say, Ross, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Such a lovely product, really good.
but how cool is it being able to go and pick your own peppers and, you know, it's
Fresh out of the
joyous.
garden.
It is
Yeah.
joyous. It is.
Can I jump in
Delicious.
It's great.
good, isn't it?
Yeah. That was one thing that disappeared in rehearsals when we cooked it.
Yeah,
And
really
it's
quickly.
we got fresh bread.
How wonderful
Having
is
some
that?
more.
Yeah, good.
Well, while we finish
You
this.
all have to have some.
Well, while we finish this, let's hear from Liz Carr, star of Silent Witness, about the joys of growing your own.
There's just something about growing your own, about seeing it from a seed or a small plant, and then you're like, oh my God, there's something coming up, there's something coming. It's really that sort of childhood, the carrot tops in the saucer. I think it's so exciting. It's just then, you know, when they get sat on later on by the cats, or the aphids get to them and they don't quite grow. Little disappointing. That's much like life as well.
Well, Liz, all I can say is that when sliding down the banister of life, you're bound to get splinters in your bum.
Yes.
But you know, Jimmy, you are a legend, and this country's so fond of you.
But I love it here. People are so nice, you know. I guess I kind of got to grow up the old Hollywood way in their people's living rooms. You
Go
know?
on, have a cheek on there, mate.
I will. I'll spread.
But you're in Greece at the moment.
I am. I mean, I'm not greasy, but
No,
yeah, I am.
no,
I play Teen Angel.
Right.
Yeah.
I did it on the West End years ago. And my buddy David Ian said, hey, come on, do the tour.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that right now. But really gearing up for this last big tour with my brothers. And
And it must be, and it is the last time you're going to be with the Osmonds, isn't it? Because
well, we're family. You can never split us up.
No,
you know?
of course not. But
Professionally, you know.
Oh, great! We've just got a chair.
Hey, we got a
Excellent.
chair.
I'll tell you what, the BBC cuts all that.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, reading your biography, Jimmy, I mean, the most extraordinary upbringing, obviously we know you started early on. What I find fascinating is that you were in Japan as a teenager on your own.
well, my dad never knew the word no. He was an army sergeant.
Yeah.
And we were over there with Andy Williams, and they said, wouldn't it be cool if your kid could sing in Japanese? And I was like 5 years old, and I did, and I didn't know a thing I was saying. But it ended up being a #1 record, so it was the first hit record in the Osmond name, and boy, do I love to rub that in.
Hey!
And you have a great relationship with Japan still, don't you?
Yeah,
They
I'm headed back there
absolutely love
soon.
you.
Yeah, we're doing some shows there, and
Fantastic.
my son actually is over there on a mission. He speaks fluent Japanese, and no, I love Japan. Yeah,
So do you speak to your son in Japanese?
just a little bit.
Hey!
Oh, how
yeah.
cool is that?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Oh, that's amazing.
But life is just crazy. Twists
No,
and turns.
That's wonderful.
I
And
think,
Yeah,
I think you've just missed your plane.
I think so.
So right!
All the way to Japan, is it?
It's time to look at another wonderful show garden. Sorry, the planes. It's inspired by one couple's travels across the world. It's probably my favourite garden. Prepare to be transported. You're on your holidays.
It's amazing.
Looking around, I feel as though I'm abroad on my holidays.
Brilliant, that's exactly what I wanted. The idea is that the people that live here would travel all over the world and bring little bits back with them, as we all do.
Tell us about some of these wonderful plants.
Well, I really love the story behind Alchemilla mollis, where it gets its English name, lady's mantle, from. Ladies in the Edwardian period would have either made like a little bouquet they would have worn, or they would have made a cream that they would have rubbed into their bosom, and basically the idea is that it would have kind of lifted them up a little bit, and it's just one of those great plant stories.
In this garden, how many of the plants are British?
Very few, in actual fact. Our native flora is very low, less than Jordan in the Middle East. We've got 1,800 plants. There is nothing in an English garden that's actually English. All of our plants are generally somebody else's. They're kind of Chinese, they're North American. So we've done a great job of taking everybody else's stuff and turning it into the English garden.
So how many of these plants in this garden are edible?
I'm not the expert, but a very good friend of mine who's just behind us, she'll be able to tell you all about the best ones to eat.
Hello, Jekka. It's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you
I've
too.
heard that you're the person I need to speak to. What does he have in his wonderful garden that's edible?
There's one edible plant that I love in here, and this is fennel. And it's in flower now, and the flowers taste of sweet aniseed. It's like, do you remember the aniseed balls?
Yeah.
Just like that, but it's really good for your digestion.
Right.
Records show the very first people to drink it as a tea were the Roman women, because they ate lying down, so they got indigestion and flatulence.
I better take some for Si then.
This is actually one of my favourites, and this is myrtle.
Right.
And this is Myrtus communis. Now smell that. Oh. Don't eat it because you use it like bay.
Right. Among this glorious garden, you haven't got any chicory by any chance, have you?
Actually, I did spot a chicory in flower. Come this way. Do you see those like blue daisies? That's the chicory. They have these leaves which look just like dandelion leaves.
Yes, they do, yes.
And that is what you will use in cooking
Right.
more than the flowers. No one realises how fantastic it looks.
Yeah, in an ornamental
so it makes
garden.
a really good border garden
Yes.
plant.
I think I'll just look at it for a while.
Makes you relax, doesn't it?
Now, Paul's here and he won a gold for that garden. Congratulations,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. So, Dave, what's on the menu, mate?
Well, this is our tribute to Paul. He's got 9 gold medals, you know, that's his second this year. But his garden
Wow.
was sublime. This will take you on your holidays. We've got the radicchio, which is inspired basically from the blue flowers that we picked from your garden. I'm going to make the most wonderful salad with roasted radicchio, peaches, all manner of good things, and Si is doing a spatchcock chicken.
Now, the spatchcock chicken's really, really simple. It cooks evenly on the barbecue, which is why we've done it this way. And we're going to use a dry rub, Jimmy. And
Yeah.
we're not using any oil in the rub because what happens is that as soon as you put the chicken on the barbecue and there's oil on it, it tends to flare and then it chars the flesh. So
Oh, I
that's
see.
what we're going to do. So I'll show you how to do that
Yeah.
right now. So
Can
we
I
take
come over there?
Yeah,
Now,
man.
The radicchio is brilliant when it's charred. It's bitter.
Really?
But Si's one of these people who likes his charred little gems. I'm not keen myself.
You know, you're not, are you?
No, I'm not.
That's always been a bone of contention. Have you put the lettuce on the barbecue again, Kingy? I go, yeah, man, dude, it's nice.
That's
Yeah,
weird. I've
but-
never seen that before.
But radicchio is just that nice. That's
That's
hot.
that, dude. So we start with chives,
Right.
Oh,
and then we start with some. Do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do me a couple of those, mate.
All right.
so Jimmy, you
Yeah,
love cooking on an open fire, don't you?
I do. I have back home, I have this little farm, and we have a cowboy grill.
Okay. Oh, fab.
So it's quite fun, you know. We put all kinds of steaks and, you know, cowboy food.
But you had a hamburger restaurant as well, didn't you? at
I
one point?
did. When I was a little boy,
Thanks,
I
mate.
had a hamburger place called Jimmy's Restaurant.
I love that.
That was original.
It was original. That's all I could think of back then. But I flipped burgers and, you know, just food you eat, you know. And then when
Yeah.
I started doing these cooking shows, I started to learn how to do like souffles and different kinds of
Some really
fancy
nice,
foods.
nice
you know?
techniques.
Yeah.
Nice techniques.
So I'm watching every
Now-
move you're making here.
The peaches are going to go on, and they're going to be sweet, as bitter as the radicchio is.
Wow.
That's charring up beautifully.
So I've never done anything like that. That's
So
so cool.
we've got some cracked pepper in there and some
is that?
paprika.
Paprika, yeah.
Yeah. And then we season it
Yeah.
with salt. Give it a whisk around,
And then you rub it.
and then you just rub it into the skin.
First off,
Fantastic.
I've got,
Inside or outside?
Both. This way.
and I've got the greens, so I've got watercress and rocket.
Wow. I love rocket, don't you?
It's great. It's so
Yeah.
peppery. And watercress as well has got pepper.
Yeah.
Can you keep an eye on my radicchio? Jimmy,
Yeah.
just see
Jimmy,
if
just
it's-
have a-
have you got some tongs?
Yeah, there's some tongs at the end there, Jimmy.
All right.
All right.
And if you
Yeah,
can
I
get the
get to
tongs,
do
you
something.
Thank you.
This
that'll
is
be
fun.
fab. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And then we just rub that dry rub. Oh, it's so nice, this.
Some
Into
fresh
the-
mint goes in.
into the chicken. Are you following this at home? Are you following it here? Good, because we're going to test you later on to see what ingredients
This
are
is
in
a
it.
proper barbecue. And now I've got some toasted hazelnuts. They're great for kind of crunch and flavour.
Great. A little bit more salt.
And a red onion. Oh, I've forgotten the chilli.
Have you?
Yes, but it's a good job I've got my garden.
Hey!
Hey! Oh,
Right,
hello!
so- Oh, look, there's loads of people. Jimmy, we're doing well here, mate.
Yeah, I think
Look
we
at that.
I think we better put on another chicken.
Now, I'm just going to open this lovely enclosed barbecue here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna cook it initially breast side up. So that's the breast side of the bird facing the heavens.
Okay. And why do you do that?
Well, what happens is that the bones are there, so you get an initial push of heat through, so it cooks evenly around the bone. You turn it over, and then you get a lovely, crispy, even cooked flesh and skin.
I see. Very cool.
So that's how we go.
So I've got my chilli and my red onion. Sometimes if the onions are a bit kind of sharp, what I do is I'll salt them in cold water just for 20 minutes. It just takes the edge off them. Now I've got some goat's cheese here. Just blob it in. As you can see, it's melting.
Oh, this is gorgeous, Dave.
It's all right,
Such
isn't it?
a lovely recipe, this.
Is
And
this
then I
done,
shall
you
make a
think?
dressing.
Let's have a go, Jimmy. Let's have a look. Right, what we're going to do...
Because I don't want to overcook these, right?
No, these are that's perfect, mate. That's absolutely perfect.
A
Let's have
very
look at
simple
these,
dressing. It's kind of a vinaigrette. I've got
I never put a peach on a barbecue.
I've got some honey.
You know, putting peaches on barbecues and just so you get that lovely top note of sweetness, and then you get that little chard of the sugars, and it's so nice, little caramel.
Cooking's all about balancing flavours and textures. And to balance the honey, I've got some cider vinegar and some Dijon mustard.
Hey, I tell you what, guys, I don't know about you, it's flipping hot, isn't it?
It is hot.
It is.
But why in Britain, when it's hot, we moan?
I'm not moaning. What? I'm just sweating like a welder's club. Olive oil on this barbecue. It's hot.
You get all the good jobs.
I know.
And just whisk this up, and it's just a wonderful sort of French dressing.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's lovely.
very cool. Now these are far enough off, aren't
Oh
they?
yeah, man, they're done. They're done. They're absolutely perfect. So Jimmy, I tell you what, if you could put that.
Jimmy, what's your favourite dish to cook?
I like chicken Kiev. That was one of the recipes I did on that show.
Cool.
And you know, just when you do it just right and you open it up and it just drips out, you know.
Yeah.
It's
So,
really cool.
Jimmy, with this tour, what are you looking forward to most, mate? What
Well, I
is
think
it that
it's
you
a
love getting back on the road?
celebration. It's a celebration of my brothers working with them for so many years, you know.
Brilliant.
50 years, like I mentioned. And also getting back on the road with some dear friends like David Essex. We started on October 13th in Wales. Not Wales, in Scotland.
Yeah.
And then we go all the way. There's 8 arena tours across the country. But, you know, we've done some of these things before, and people just come with their families, and they just kind of just relax and remember their lives musically, you know.
Oh yeah, it's my life. It's soundtrack to my life.
Yeah.
But that's the chicken when it comes off.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Look at
and
that.
we just it's casual this, so I'll have the salad.
Got goat cheese in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll just dig down. Excuse hands, but they are very clean. Just pile that up there.
You know what must be fantastic just to be on stage with a family. It's great. Both of my sons are drummers, so we had occasion to play drums together on one stage, and that was such a special thing. And you've done that all your life. It must be
my
amazing.
brother Jay's really the drummer, but we've played drums together. But isn't that cool when you're in sync like that, and you know you've worked so many years together? You know what each other's thinking, and you can change the set or whatever depending on what the audience wants. It's really a neat thing to do.
Those peaches.
Look at that. See, I never would have thought to put peaches on there.
No, it's lovely.
It's a lovely, lovely flavour.
You get so much juice. Aye.
Look at that.
Caramelised lemons. And well, that's the dish.
Can I do it?
Oh yeah, do.
It's hot, isn't it?
And it's all been done on a barbecue.
Yeah.
So Ross, Paul, come on.
Come on, have a taste, mate. Come on.
Congratulations, by the way.
Let's show that medal off, mate.
Yeah,
show
let's
that
look
medal
at
off.
that.
That's fantastic.
Now that's posh. Don't let me get any peach juice on it. Yeah.
Go on, dig in, guys, dig in. Please dig in.
Thank you, mate.
I won an award as well, you know.
You won an award?
Yeah.
What is it?
I was outstanding in my field.
No.
Look at that. See, that's the sort of dish you take off the barbecue, you put it out there, and it's just the best, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
And you know, it's the whole vibe too. Being cooking outdoors is family, friends. It's just down to earth. It's wonderful.
So lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Hey, I want to get in there.
Go on,
guys.
Jimmy.
That's all we've got time for today. You can see more of Hampton Court Flower Show on BBC Two tonight at 9:30. We're handing over to Wimbledon now, so strawberries and cream time for us.
Hey! And thanks to Jimmy Osmond and all our guests, and to you for watching. All the recipes from the show are on the website bbc.co.uk/food. We're back live tomorrow with Catherine Ryan.
And cocktails.
Bye!